More quick hits coming our way. No miracle from Bayern against Manchester City as it finishes 1-1. Jules, I thought Bayern played really well. They interpreted this game the right way. And
They did. Yeah, of course, you're right. I mean, I would have loved to see Leroy Sané scoring that big chance early on after 15 minutes to see what would have happened after that. The atmosphere was great. I thought the game plan worked well. The changes that Tuchel made worked well, and we didn't see much of Grealish or De Bruyne or even Haaland to a certain extent until the goal, of course, and Upamecano slipping and Upamecano having a tough night again. But in the end, it was just not enough.
Hey, I want to ask you, because on the show last night, whatever people take it as read, that City are mega favorites and they're great and they're flying, blah, blah, blah. And they absolutely are, right? They've won a lot of games in a row.
11 in a row now.
The point is, when you win a lot of games in a row, streaks normally end. So then you have a rough patch afterwards. I'm just wondering, on the balance of play between the first leg, when Bayern had the upper hand for a long time. And this one. And look, maybe they were interpreting the game a bit differently because they were 3-0 up and whatever. Is there any reason to maybe not be concerned, but maybe not say that the semi-final against Real Madrid is a foregone conclusion?
Yeah, we can't say that. Simply because it's also Real Madrid in the Champions League. So we can't take anything like that for granted. However, I do think that maybe the lack of intensity from Real Madrid, and certainly they're not high pressing like.
No, they're going to play the game differently. I'm just wondering in terms of City.
But I think that fits City. I think this is the most complete City team that Pep has had, the most complete squad that he's had. I like that defense that he's invented or built, if you want, with the 4 centre backs. I don't know what's going to happen with the injuries that they look like they had.
This is another thing too. I think the two things I'd just flag up. One is fixture congestion, which I think, and the fact that they're in a title race, whereas Real Madrid aren't. And the other thing is, people keep saying, City have such a deep squad. They do in certain positions. In other positions, I think there's a very, very notable drop-off. Obviously, you mentioned Ake's injury. Laporte right now is not what he was last year.
Definitely
not. Kyle Walker right now, probably not. I don't know. If something happens to Rodri, they're so deep. Okay, fine. Go enjoy Calvin Phillips.
Yeah, Rodri. Rodri doesn't, but you still have Mahrez coming off the bench. You can have
in the wide positions, attacking midfield, they're totally stacked.
Foden is back from his appendicitis. No question. So, I agree with you. It's not a foregone conclusion. And just to finish on Bayern, Thomas Tuchel 2 wins in his first 6 games in charge. Even if they played well at times, especially against City, let's not forget that in the 2 games, Bayern have more possession, more successful passes.
But Nagelsmann was the problem.
Chances, they had 12 shot and 19 shot over the 2 games. It's not that bad.
No. And there's still people justifying and saying, but Nagelsmann lost to Villarreal last year. Okay, fine. Enjoy it.
And Thomas Tuchel, Gab, was not a fan of referee Clément Turpin, who's French, so usually we're very good at everything. He got himself sent off and was very, very critical of him after the game.
Yeah, at one point, I forget who it was who got, there was a foul right in front of his bench. I think it might have been Ake before he got injured, where he jumped up and wanted to, Turpin booked him. Right decision, right? I don't see what he got so wound up about. Was he angry that Turpin sent off Upamecano before then, rescinding it because Haaland was offside?
The penalty, I thought was soft on the penalty.
Go look at the rules. The guy's got his hands behind his back and then he pulls his hand out. No, I'm sorry. That's Upamecano being a bonehead.
No, I know, but it's like the Leipzig one. There's not much, the ball brushes his arm, really.
Well, that's a VAR call. Whatever. I would worry if you have Thomas Tuchel. So Thomas Tuchel needs to bring calm.
He needs to
chill to the chaos, right? What we're seeing now is late Chelsea Thomas Tuchel. That is not a good thing.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.